The doorman downstairs, Sam, is basically a human lie detector when it comes to guys I date. Every time I get a new boyfriend, he can spot the red flags just by looking at the guy. This one day, my boyfriend dropped me off at home. He took one look at the guy and said,
"He's not for you. He's a weak man with no self-control."
I couldn't figure out how Sam could tell that from 30 feet away, but he told me all those years, staring through a sniper scope, taught him how to read people. He said the guy wouldn't be calling me again. I told him he definitely would. Sam just repeated himself, said there was no way that guy was calling me. At the time, I was completely head over heels, so I didn't buy a word of it. I jokingly offered to make a bet with him. He told me he doesn't bet on things that are already a sure thing, said it went against his principles. I was a little annoyed, but there wasn't much I could do, so I just left. When I got home, I couldn't stop smiling. I kept picking up my phone, typing and deleting messages, and finally sent my boyfriend a text hinting at our next date. Before bed, I kept checking my phone, waiting for him to text back, but by the time I turned off the lights, there was still nothing. Deep down, I knew it. Sam had called it right. The next morning, I looked around nervously to make sure Sam wasn't around before I headed out. But right as I stepped out the door, Sam asked me if that guy had already stopped texting me back. Since he'd nailed it again, I got embarrassed and rushed off, feeling pretty flustered. A few weeks later, I started seeing someone new, Ted. Walking past Sam, I felt a little uneasy. As we crossed the lobby, Sam gave Ted that same look, sizing him up. You could tell right away he wasn't a fan. The next morning I woke up and Ted wasn't there. I felt let down, figured I'd ended up with another guy who couldn't be trusted. Then I heard Ted's voice from downstairs. He was holding breakfast for both of us, and that's when I realized he'd just stepped out to grab food. Right around then, Sam called me and told me to be careful and protect myself, so I wouldn't end up getting hurt by some guy who couldn't be trusted. I told him Ted wasn't just good looking, he was polite too, and I asked Sam to stop being so hard on him. After that, Ted started getting colder and colder toward me. When I reached out to him, all I got back was that he was busy, and that was it. One day, Sam stopped me as I walked in. He could tell right away something was off and asked if I'd changed my hair. I told him I was just feeling a little down. He guessed that Ted and I had broken up, and I thought to myself, he'd nailed it again. This guy was basically a fortune teller.